What is up, guys? I am back, and if I'm talking kind of quietly, it's just because it's nighttime. It's like fucking 3:30 in the morning. I don't know. But yeah, this is DayZ Survival Guide. I was just thinking about doing this, and then I fell down a hill, broke my leg, and yeah. And I was only in about 30 minutes into that life, because before that I got fucking sniped. But that's okay. Okay, first things first, male or female gender. Uh, Most people pick male, some people pick female. The only time I ever pick female is if I'm playing with a couple buddies and we want to be able to spot ourselves out from the crowd. Uh, Male's really easier because it blends in better. But yeah, I'm gonna pick male. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm sure most of this stuff is pretty obvious. Oh, nice spawn here in Cherno. But anyways, if you look to the right, at the top right, it shows your zombies killed, headshots, murders, etc. Murders are when you kill other players. Bandits are player killers who are other players. You got your blood. You have 12,000 blood. It's your health. Shows the amount of zombies, shows the temperature, all that. Now below that, you have your hearing and your sight. I'm playing at nighttime. I'm hoping this looks okay. So the sight's not going to be very high, but the hearing, depending on what you walk on, is going to go up and down. And you can crouch and go prone, and it's also going to go up and down. In daytime you have to worry about sight a lot as well, but at nighttime not so much. The way that you can see at nighttime really is go into your video options, turn your brightness up, turn your gamma up a little bit, and go to where is this, HDR quality, and put that on very high. And you can see pretty much just fine. When cloud cover starts to take effect, it you know, makes everything a little bit mushy, but that's okay. Right? And then below that you have at the top, below the hearing and sight gauge, you have a temperature gauge, which you typically don't have to worry about as long as you're above 30 Celsius, which you will be 90% of the time unless you're swimming, which I would not recommend because when you swim you can lose your gear, so that's not good. You should be fine with your temperature though. Below that you have your hydration gauge, and it'll start to get more red as you get more thirsty, and if you become dehydrated you will start passing out and eventually die. Same with hunger. I don't know if you'll die with hydration or not, never have, but pretty sure you will with hunger. And then below the between hunger and hydration is your blood, and that'll just get a little bit more red as you lose blood. But yeah, as soon as you spawn you'll notice that I have those letters pop up in the bottom right. That's really important because it's going to tell you where you fucking spawned. And you can go to dayzmap.info, and it'll show you a map, it'll show you spawns, it'll show you what kind of yield, item yield that buildings have. And this server's pretty empty. It only has like 6 or 7 people in it, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Chern. Typically I would not recommend Chern, I would recommend Electro. There's usually not as many people here. But when you spawn, the main things you're going to want to look for is some kind of gun, preferably a pistol originally, you can kill zombies with that. Some kind of hydration and food, and you can really just move on from there. You can start to go north, you can go to places you want to go and all that. But first things first, you want to get hydration, food, and some type of gun. Most common gun is a Makarov, which, you know, it's fine for killing zombies, not good for player killing, but for zombies it's fine. You'll have to hit them in the head because it won't kill in one shot in the body. I think it kills in 2 or 3 to the body, and you'll see we got some zombies here. Just gonna kind of try and sneak past those guys. Not too hard to lose. You just go in buildings and they slow down once they're in buildings, but I'd prefer not to even get them on me. So what I'm gonna do is cut through here and start heading a little bit more inside Chern here. But yeah, on the bottom right hand screen when those letters pop up, that'll tell you in the general area you're in. Once you start playing a little bit more, you'll figure out what things are close to you in 90% of the time, unless, ooh, hey, you spawn, unless something's weird with the server, you're going to spawn by the coast somewhere. Usually south coast, sometimes east coast. So you can. That's where all, well, not all, but most of the main cities are. That's also where a lot of players are going to be, and this comes into PvP. PvP is a huge part of this game because players will kill the shit out of you. Oh fuck, he saw me or heard me. For your loot. Sometimes they'll troll you and kill you even when you don't really have much of anything, but either way, you know, you don't want to die because sometimes it's a pain in the ass to get a good spawn. Let's see here. See, now I want to go in that building. I know any building that looks like this with those doorways and stuff is going to be a medium yield building. And the easy way to figure out if buildings are enterable or not is just by looking at the windows. You can see inside of them if there's loot in there, and you can't if there's not. Does he still see me? Fuck. Okay, I'm trying to find a building to bring him into real quick just to lose him, so I can go into that medium yield building over there. And here's another one right here, so I'll probably just bring him into this one. Go ahead and check this loot right here. Alright, we got a Coke. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this bandage and Makarov mag. You always want to keep a couple bandages on you, because if you're bleeding, you have to use it to stop the bleeding. And all that good stuff. What is this? Binoculars. Hey, those are useful. And you always want to, at the beginning, start picking up ammo, even if you don't have a gun, because if you do find a gun, you'll have ammo for it. That simple. These medium yield buildings typically drop quite a bit of generic loot, and what generic loot is just, you know, food, water, stuff like that. So that's always, you know, good. To get they occasionally drop weapons in here. Usually just Makarov or Lee Enfield. They might drop other things in that, but I'm not really sure. And there's nothing wrong with a Lee Enfield. A Lee Enfield is a great player-killing primary, and that's 90% of what you're going to be using your primaries for anyway, is just protection from other players. But it's really, really loud. So if you shoot that thing in a town, you're going to get swarmed really fucking fast by zombies, so that's never good. Wow, this place is fucking looted to the brim. I don't like that. Could just be really unlucky with spawns, but I highly doubt that. There'd be a little bit more stuff in here, so that means there is or has been another player looting that building. Oh, motherfucker, you picked me back up, you piece of shit. Come on in. Come on. Let's go. I'm just gonna run out over here. Alright, now that I'm in the grass, they won't hear me as easily. Anyways, there's a couple places in Chern that you want to stay away from, though. At least until you have some kind of means to protect yourself. One, I will show you in a bit, is just over there, and it is a hospital with some medical tents beside it. And, ooh, this is good stuff. And typically, you should probably pick up these water bottles too, even if they're empty, because you can find places to refill them. I'll show you some of that in a later video, though. Anyways, there's always going to be a lot of players by that hospital, because the medical tents can drop good stuff, the hospital will drop medical loot, and that's really important because, you know, if you break your leg, you gotta have some morphine to fix it. And I just got pretty lucky here. I just found a revolver in here. A revolver does do over 4,000 damage, or at least 4,000 damage, so that means that it will kill a zombie in one shot. To the body, that is. Any gun in the game will kill a zombie in one shot to the head, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that is definitely a good thing. The revolver's a bit louder than, say, a Makarov, but it's not so loud that it'll fuck you over, like, say, the Lee Enfield. So that's definitely a good thing. And it does enough damage to where it is viable for player killing. That's interesting. That's another thing that people will do. They'll get those barbed wire fences and they'll block off places they don't want you to go. Say they're hiding in there and they're going to respawn there, or say they just want to be a fucking dick. Just a few other things. They will put that in front of a place and try to block you from getting in there. Occasionally I've been able to jump over those, and occasionally I haven't. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to or not. Might as well pick up another bandage here. Get this Lee Enfield mag just in case. Oh, find one, and there was a hunting knife right there. Now, hunting knives are important because you can use them to skin animals, and when you skin animals, you can get, after you kill them, you can get meat out of them, which is good. So basically, if you have a hatchet, a box of matches, and a hunting knife, you can pretty much survive in the woods as long as you want. But you have to make, you know, pit stops to get water and stuff, or hydration. Fuck, I ran. In general, but it's okay. But all these medium yield buildings, they're relatively safe to go in. You can find generally good loot in there. Without having to put yourself in too much danger. Somebody lit a fire over there. I'm gonna go up on top of Town Hall. And typically this would be pretty fucking dangerous because people will just pick you off the side of this as I get munched on by a bunch of zombies. And a lot of times people will camp up here and snipe. But I'm not too worried about it in this server, and there's not many people and it's nighttime, so it's harder to see me. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and come on up here, and I'm going to walk over here just in case a zombie decides to follow me up there, and bandage myself because I am bleeding like a fucking stuck pig. Okay. A lot of times there will only be trash loot up here, which is like empty tin cans and stuff like that. But sometimes there will be some other generic loot, you know, drinks and stuff. I've seen a couple of guns spawn up here. Stuff like that. So if you don't have, what is this? A double-barreled shotgun. Not the best primary, but it will work. Anyways, like I was saying, not the best place to check for loot, but you can if it's a last resort and you need to get some stuff. A lot of people don't even know that you can climb up these, but you can. So that's nice. Now I'm going to show you this little area which I like to call the no-no zone. Actually, I'm going to check this building first. Just go in here. Check this shit out. Nothing there. Oh, an M67 frag. Huh. I didn't even know those could spawn in here. That's nice. I don't recommend using them in a populated area like this, but they can be useful for PvP for sure. See what's in here. 2 sodas and some painkillers. Nice. I'll take those painkillers. You always want to have one thing of painkillers with you because occasionally, if you take bad enough damage or just a certain type of damage, your guy will start shaking a lot, and it makes hitting people or zombies a hell of a lot harder. And this is a check backpack, and see, it holds 16 out of 16. So I don't think I have anything in my backpack, and while I'm doing this, I'm going to explain some things to you. Okay, so backpacks, there's, I think, 5 different types of backpacks that I know of, at least. There's the check vest pouch, which only holds 6. There's the Coyote patrol pack, which you spawn with, that holds 8, obviously. There's the assault pack that holds 12. I think this one holds 16, yeah. I'll go ahead and put some of this stuff in here. There is the Alice pack that holds 20, and then there's the Coyote backpack that holds 24. That's like patrol pack. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use some of this stuff. I think I just did, but just in case. A lot of people don't know about this. I know I didn't for a while, but you can double click on it or click on it and open bag, and you can just, it'll show you, here, hold on, I'll come here. First off, click on it and it'll say 13 out of 16, that's your open spots, and then you can just click on something and click to the right to put it in there, or, you know, or the left to put it in there, and then click to the right to put it back in your inventory. Or you can open up a loot pile and you can just double click your backpack and stuff in there from there. So that's a check pack, and that's definitely good to find. Yeah, I didn't know that could spawn in there either, to be honest with you. But if you see that over there, that little thing sticking out of there, that building area over there is the no-no zone. And just to the right of that, there are some medical tents. And that entire area is just bad news bears. You fucking piece of shit, you saw me. Okay. Might as well take this time to show you another decent place to find loot, and that is the church. The church can have all kinds of loot, ammo, generic loot, all that stuff, all that good stuff. And it's a good place to lose zombies as well, because it's a nice little open building, and you can just run in there and either kill them or, you know, weave your way around them and run out. And you can always spot a church really easily, and that's a church right there, because they're tall and they don't look like any other building. So I'm going to go ahead and run on over here. And I lost them. Okay. That works. But still worth going and taking a look inside the church and looting that area. And I need to start picking up 2-round shots. I didn't even think about that because I have this double barrel. So yeah. This is the church. This one especially is easy to find. It's right by the shore. And I don't know if they fixed this or not, but I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Say if I had a zombie on me, if you run over this line right here, and you can do this with pretty much any dock, I'm pretty sure, they will not come past it. You are safe whenever you are on this dock. The zombies won't come in there. And you can either run down the dock and try to lose them, or you can get them to go in the water and make them swim so they're slow, and then just kind of run away. My little vision thing is up right now, though, and I have no idea why. Anyways, so yeah, this 2-round slug right here, those are obviously for double barrel shotgun. There's several types of shotgun ammos. There's the 2-round, that's for the double barrel. There's M1014, which is for like the Remington. And the 870 and the M1014 shotgun, obviously. There's 1866, which is for the Winchester, and I think there might be some other kinds too. And see, that is the Makarov, but I already have this revolver, so I'm not going to be picking that up. And you can't really go wrong with hydration and food. You can pick up pretty much as much of that as you want. I typically just start dropping them. And see, here's some 1866 slugs. Those go to the Remington. But I typically just stop picking them up when, like, say I have like 4 water bottles. I'll either fill them all up and just keep those, and maybe like a couple other drinks just in case I run out and can't get to a place where I can fill them up. Or if they're empty, you know, I'll take enough drinks to keep me alive until I can get to a place where I know has them. And I'm not sure if I looted this one or not yet, so if I did, you'll have to forgive me. I know I didn't, because here is, boom, a morphine injector. These are extremely important. I'm going to, hold on a second, open this up. And I don't like Pepsi too much, so I'm going to stick it in there. stick a couple cokes in there too. Like I said, if you break your leg, you just pop this puppy in there and boom, you're fixed. And if you break your leg, you're stuck crawling around until you have one of those. And I'm not sure how hard it is to break your leg yet, but since they updated it, but it used to be really easy. People got really mad, including me. But here's a box of matches. That's awesome. Now all I need is a hatchet to chop down wood, and I will have basically an infinite food source. And hatchets aren't really hard to find. I just haven't really checked many places that yield them. I'm going to pick up this Pepsi, and that's about all the water or hydration I'm going to pick up for now. And there's an M1911, and I would pick that up because I might pick that up. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. And what's great about this is you can take this 45 ACP and you can combine it for M1911. And boom, M1911 rounds, M1911 rounds, M1911 rounds, and M1911 rounds. Now you have full M1911. So it's always good. And I'm going to take this Lee Enfield right here. Thing about the Lee Enfield, like I was saying before, is it's loud, but it is better than the double barrel shotgun. Because the double barrel shotgun is a piece of shit. It's good for breaking people's legs, but only holds 2 rounds in a clip, or 2 slugs, or shells, what the fuck ever. In its barrel, let's just say that. So that's automatically bad, and the Lee Enfield is a fucking monster when it comes to player killing. One of the more preferable weapons for that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and come over here and see that right there? That is a fire station. They all look like that. Some of them are a little bit taller than that. Some of them are a little bit shorter. But they are one of the best buildings in the game. And that's a supermarket, and I will show you that in a bit. Oh, fuck you. I'm going to take him into the fire station here. Just so I don't shoot this right out in the open and attract any more unnecessary attention than I need to. Did I lose him? Might have. Oh, who knows? Okay. And if I die here, I die. Like, that's just how it goes, because there's a lot of people in Chern, just to let you know. Typically. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it, though, because, yeah, there's only 5 people in here. But still. The great thing about this building right here is that it spawns a lot of military loot. So that means assault rifles, SMGs, shit like that. And that is an MP5 A5. And I would typically pick something like this up, but I'm not going to this time. And that is because MP5 ammo is... Shit, I just kind of lagged there. Is some of the hardest ammo in the game to find. And here we have another Lee Enfield. See, already there's weapons in here, and that's definitely good. A water bottle, I'm gonna pick that up. Water bottles are always good, even if they're empty, because you can fill them up. I typically don't hold more than 3 or 4 though, because it's just not really necessary to. Keep going up here, and boom, AK-74. I'm gonna drop this Lee Enfield and pick that up. Alright, what they take is this 30 round AK. It's some of the easier assault rifle ammo to find. And all this right here is a really good indicator that people have not been here. So that's always good. And there's an AKM mag. Flare. Stuff like that. So this is definitely a good find. And I have not found just a... plain AK-74 yet. I've had like the AKS-74Us and the AKS-74U Cobra and stuff like that, which are both really good submachine guns. Keep on thinking that that's food right there. But anyways, those are both good submachine guns. Easy to find ammo for them. The Cobra has a red dot sight on it, and you can find a bunch of guns like this inside these buildings here. So keep that in mind when you see one. They're always, always, always worth going in unless you see survivors there and you don't want to take the chance of dying. Oh shit, fuck you, rat bastard. Take these guys back in here real quick so I can kill them. Oh, hey. Picked up quite the little train right there. I'm going to switch to my M1911 to kill them. And M1911. Boom. One shot to the body. One shot to the body. One shot to the body. Great for zombie killing. Once again, not as bad as, say, like the Makarov or something like that for PvP either. So, it's always good. And, I'm going to see if this works here really quick. And it does. Infinite ammo for the M1911. Thank you, Wings of Redemption. Yeah, I probably won't even worry about doing that until I'm on my last clip for this thing, but, obviously, I guess that'll work for other guns that you can combine into other ammo too, like, 2-round or M1014 shotgun. You'll have to have more room for that. CZ550 and Lee Enfield, I think that's what you combine them into. Oh, well, I don't have that anymore. The revolver, obviously. Stuff like that. So that's cool. And there's a couple other buildings here that I will show you about that do have yield. Medium yield. And like I said, you can go to dayzmap.info to check out what buildings have what and where things are. Once you go into this area, though, you gotta watch out because players tend to come here pretty often. There's a lot of tall buildings that they can camp. There's these medium yield buildings over here that I'm about to show you, and there's a hospital here. There's 2 hospitals in Chern. There's one to the northwest and then one over towards the east. So you have to watch out in these areas. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull out my AK-74 just in case I see a survivor, in which case I'm going to blow his ass away, and hopefully he doesn't see me first and blow mine away. Oh, you fucker, damn it. Okay, I'm going to take him in this building over here and lose him. Come on in. This is a barbed wire fencing kit. It's for that annoying ass barbed wire I was showing you. Some trash loot. Here's a tire for repairing vehicles, which I'll talk about in a later video as well. Oh.